It's Monday, April 26, 2021, and this is The Inbox with Greg Nibler. All right. Hello, everyone. Yes, indeed. Thanks for joining us today. I am Greg Nibler. Appreciate it greatly. Hit subscribe to Two Box Media, whatever platform you are watching on, TWO Box Media. That way you get the updates when we do go live and when we talk about exciting things that are going to be happening going on this week. So that's what we're going to do today. Give you an update on what's happening, maybe some inside info, and I'm going to tell you there's a little bit of tech drama in the first story. So let's talk about this right now, talking about all of you iPhone users out there who may be getting an update, possibly right now. Could happen in the next 24 hours, but there's a good chance you could be getting a notification right now on your iPhones. And that is for the update for iOS 14.5. So always very anticipated for iPhone users, but let's talk about what that means. Well, there's a ton of updates that are going to be rolling out with it, but a few key ones I wanted to highlight to start off with. And one of those, to go straight to it, has to do with unlocking of iPhones using masks. I mean, this isn't something that's brand new. We've been doing this for over a year now, but Apple does finally have kind of a solution to get around the Face ID issue of unlocking your phone with a mask on. It's not really that it's going to read your eyes and understand things that way. You actually have to pair it with an Apple Watch. But this is a way to get around that. If you have an Apple Watch that's paired with your iPhone, you can set it up so that you can actually get around that and have that be the verification to unlock your phone. So at least it's one way to more quickly do that rather than having to enter in your passcode or pull your mask down or deal with all of that. However, it still won't trigger like Apple Pay. So if you want to buy something or download something from the App Store, I believe you still actually have to do that and do the full Face ID thing or enter in a passcode. But at least it's a little bit of a workaround, so I'm sure people are happy about that. All right, let's go to some of the drama that's going to be coming out with this. So there's a few different things that are being tackled by this update. Again, we've been anticipating this, but now it's finally rolling out. So it's called the app tracking transparency. And so essentially it's this. When you download an app or start utilizing an app when you're on an iPhone, this will a trigger a notification that will pop up that will let you know whether or not you want to allow them to use third-party tracking. So let me just kind of boil that down for you. Like, this isn't a secret. We all know that apps track your activity. That's how they deliver ads to you, Facebook being one of the big examples of this. Facebook does know where you go. It does know what you're looking at, and then it will serve up ads based on that. This is something that a lot of apps do. A lot of manufacturers do this. A lot of developers do this. And Apple is now making you just more aware of it and allowing you to stop that. So that seems like it's a good thing for privacy concerns for people who are using iPhones. Here is where the issues come up, and this is when this big battle is going to be happening. Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook is not happy about this. Tim Cook and Mark Zuckerberg have not been getting along as of late, at least publicly. So this is where this kind of rolls into. In Germany right now, they've already started this. There's an antitrust lawsuit with a whole bunch of companies, including ones that are represented by Facebook, against this idea of app tracking transparency. And that's what I want to know from people who are watching. So what they're saying is this is going to severely hurt their means of getting income. Some people are saying maybe 60% of ad revenue could be affected. That's a huge amount when you think of a company like Facebook, but for a smaller company, that could be a big amount too. So how do you feel about this? This stopping the tracking from third-party apps? Obviously, from a somebody who's using an iPhone, that seems like it's a good thing, but how is this going to affect everything overall? There's a big issue that's going to happen here, and a lot of that's just because Apple is so big and what an effect they can have on third-party developers. So that's where we're at. That's what's going to be rolling out. You'll have that option to do that. Expect a lot of things in the news about this, about how that's going to go, and this battle is going to be much bigger than just rolling out this update, but that's one more thing. So again, giving you the iOS 14.5 updates. There's just a couple of more that I think would be of interest. There's a lot of them that are going to happen. One being for those of you who want to use something besides Apple Music, now Siri will recognize Spotify. So other music services, you can select which one that you want and set that as your default music service, which with Apple, that's not something you've previously been able to do, at least not in this fashion. So that's an update that's going to be good for people who want to use a different service, or at least have the ease of that without having to go through those extra steps. And also emojis. there's going to be emoji updates. Every time we roll one out, there are going to be new ones. There's all kinds of different ones that'll be happening with this one, with burning hearts and swirly eyes and beards for everybody and all kinds of different updates that are going to be going on with that. So more emojis for you to use. And of course, lots of other updates. Also, the iPad's going to get an update. The Apple Watch is probably going to get an update as well. So there's a lot of other updates that are going to be happening. Expect to be downloading those and installing things here over the next, maybe 24 hours, whenever it is. You can go ahead and do that. All right, continuing on here with trending news, things you should know about that I feel would be of interest. Look, this is one that's trending because it's something we all use, and that is Zoom with an update to their service. So to be aware of this, especially for those of you who are running a lot of meetings or say teachers in classrooms, those kinds of different services where you have a number of people in one and you're kind of leading the charge on that. Well, this is an update to actually put everybody in the same room. So the option is going to be popping up there where normally you see gallery or I'm trying to remember what the speaker view. There it is, gallery or speaker view up in the corner there. There's going to be a new one popping out that will allow the immersive experience. So immersive view. And what immersive view is going to do is essentially, place everybody in kind of the same room. You're also going to be able to resize videos. You'll make it look like everybody's in the same classroom. It can make everything feel a little bit more unified, I suppose, but that's something that's coming up. So it would automatically apply to everyone, except for people who are on the phone. They would not see that update to theirs, but that's something that you can do. You can use their ones that they have already, or you can actually grab your own and create your own, classroom experiences or take a picture of your office or whatever it is that you want to do. So that's a Zoom update coming out. Again, normally you think a year and a half ago that wouldn't be something we'd be talking about, but for everybody who's on that every single day, this could be a nice addition, definitely for classrooms. All right. A couple more things here for you here at the start of this week to know about. Let's go to Ford with the Mustang Mach-E GT. Yes, the electric vehicle competition is definitely heating up because everybody's going after Tesla, and that's including what this is here. So the Mach-E is their new Mustang version of an electric vehicle, Mustang at least in name, and that's where people have been a little bit excited, sometimes a little bit upset about this, about whether they're using this name properly. But nonetheless, we've got some more specs for the GT version. Here are some details. 480 horsepower. They're saying it'll go from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. 250 miles on a fully charged battery. That is definitely some great range on those. And again, this is for that Mustang Mach-E. But how do you feel about a Mustang Mach-E? Are there Mustang fans out there who are not interested in seeing what this could be doing just because it's not the same? Or is it something that you really do want to see? Well, that's what we're debating here. So there are a couple other things with it. It also comes with something called Blue Cruise, which is their version of autonomous driving. They're saying it's hands-free driving, especially for freeways. There's different zones where you can utilize this. So every company also has their own version of something along these lines when it comes to the autonomy side. So they're saying that you could go, there's 100,000 miles of pre-qualified sections for free, hands-free blue zones is what they're calling them across North America, where you could actually take your hands off the wheel. I'm not necessarily recommending that. This is what they're calling it. So hands-free blue zones. So that's something that, we've seen some of the issues with Tesla's autonomous driving capabilities, but every car is slowly rolling these things out. And is that something that you're going to be using? Will you use that on a freeway? Will you use it on a highway? Sometimes you can change lanes, and again, each service has some different abilities, but this is their version that'll come out with this Mustang Mach-E GT. So we've got two different versions of the GE or the GT. There's the GT and then the GT Performance Edition. So Mach-E GT is all in there. The Mach-E GT is going to be $59,900. The other one's going to be $64,900. So it's going to be $5,000 more if you want to go to the souped up version of the GT. So let us know what you think about that. That's right in the range of Tesla. Tesla does have some of those less expensive ones, but probably this is basically designed to compete with that. So what do you think about that? How do you feel about it? Is it something that you would be interested in? Obviously, a lot of tech behind it. We'll see as this competition starts rolling out with everybody coming out with their souped up e-vehicles. But there you go. From Mustang, finally a better look at that. And finally, just something to look forward to here this week. We've had a lot of hardware events over the last couple of weeks, particularly with Apple last week, and now with Samsung in 2 days on April 28th, depending on when you're watching this. April 28th, we'll have another Galaxy Unpacked event. And this is the third one, I believe, of this year already. So third Galaxy Unpacked. So what to expect from that? Probably not many phones. If any phones. They've already had their phone events, so I doubt we'll get to see that. There are rumors about a foldable device that maybe we'd get to see, but there's also talk that could happen more in June. Get a better look of that in June. So probably not that. What I'm thinking we're going to get, though, are new laptops, probably Chromebooks, Galaxy Books, and most likely going to be talking about the enabling of 5G in these. That's what I think we're going to be hearing a lot about. Newer laptops, probably souped up in a bunch of different ways for that. But with that 5G enabled devices, kind of like what Apple did with the iPads, I think we're going to see Qualcomm maybe teaming up with Samsung here to talk about that, to do this whole idea of working on the go. Fits into a lot of different things, a lot of different moves within the tech industry, but I think that's probably what we're going to be focusing on. Regardless, it'll be an interesting event. It's Samsung coming out a week after Apple with their own hardware event, so can they compete with that? Can the performance look as good? I mean, a lot of things to look forward to with that, but that's happening on Wednesday, and we will be airing that as well here as part of 2Box Media. So if you hit subscribe to 2Box Media, we'll bring you that event. That way you can watch it along, get a little ping notification when it comes up, and then we'll let you know what we think about this. So that's all coming up this week. Also, possibility of another Starship launch. The SN15 could be launching. Lots of exciting things happening, and we will try to keep you up to date with all of that. And that's why you should follow 2Box Media, TWO Box Media on Twitter, on Facebook. You can follow me. I'll keep you up to date on all of that. If you have questions, comments, please drop those in and hit subscribe and share the show. We appreciate that greatly. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. On behalf of myself, Mike Solis, Jess Serba, thanks for watching. This is The Inbox with Greg Nibler. We'll talk to you soon with another episode.